discussion on Unit 2, which is on investments and various asset classes that are available with us. We've already looked at the various savings instruments and equity and debt. Now we're going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk about which is basically land and apartments, etc. We're going to talk about commodities. Primarily, the investment in commodities would be happening on account of gold or silver. These are the major two precious metals in which people invest. There could be other agri commodities as well, where people invest in order to kind of make money there. And then we will also look at alternative investments which are available. So alternatives which are available there, right? So let's begin first with our understanding on real estate markets, right? Now, when you look at real estate as a segment, you could invest in commercial real estate, which is all the malls that we see around us, which is all the offices that we see around us. Basically, anything to do with commercial or business activity is what would come under commercial real estate, right? You could invest in what is called as residential real estate, which is you could buy a land, you could buy a home, you could buy an apartment, right? So you could buy any of these areas to be clubbed as a residential real estate investor. And then there could be real estate funds. These funds could be in the form of either pooling of resources or some sort of a small or even international funds come in this, where you would pool money and then go ahead and buy real estate, and that could be either commercial real estate or residential real estate, right? The real estate funds bit is not very popular at this point of time in India. What is going to come at some point of time is something called as real estate investment trusts. That's called as real estate investment trusts. These will come up, which are in a sense what real estate funds are. Otherwise, today real estate funds are primarily operated as alternative investments in India, which would come under what is called as a private equity fund. So we'll look at that separately. Now, primarily the rates that you typically find, right? So in terms of the rates that you find on real estate, usually the commercial real estate rates are greater than the residential real estate rate in the same area or the same city. So in the same geographical locality, you will find that the residential rates are cheaper or lesser expensive as compared to the commercial rates, right? Now, real estate markets globally have long cycles. When we say long cycles, these are very different kind of markets where there is no real marketplace, right? So there is a problem in terms of liquidity, which is because the transaction is between two parties without the involvement of an exchange, right? So without an exchange. Now, because there is no exchange, whatever price one party is willing to pay to the other party is basically the price at which real estate transactions take place, right? What happens because of that is typically cycles become long because information flow in these markets is slow. Information flow is slow, right? So if I sell a piece of land which is at a lower price than the market rate, this information does not flow very quickly into the market, right? What that does is that the market price does not fall so easily because of the cycles that get created. Typically, for a long period, you'll see prices going up. Then for a long period, you'll either see them stagnating at a particular level or going down as well from that particular level, right? Some broad statistics around the real estate markets in India today and where is it kind of going to go. So the total real estate market in India is US dollar close to about $100 billion, and that's expected to basically double in the next 5 years or so, right? The shortage of houses today in India put together in urban and rural areas is close to 40 million houses. We need 4 crore houses that need to be built. This is the shortage. By 2020, we will possibly have created the shortage to go down to something like 32